Securing our homes is a big issue for many of us, and it might cause us some stress. But fortunately, with Yale's Lock of the Future, there's no need to worry. Hi, I'm Dennis, and allow me to present my idea for the Lock of the Future. We were tasked by Yale to redesign their two-lever mortice lock. After dissecting the brief into considerations and constraints, I looked at the problems that were there, did a lot of research in terms of what was existing in terms of handles and the mortice lock, and I was inspired by the pivoting of a crocodile's mouth and how it fits together and a button functionality. Presenting Yale's Lock of the Future. The security-based changes are in the deadbolt and the striker plate, while the usability-based changes are in the latch bolt and the handle. So let me take you through the changes in more detail. The relationship between the handle and the latch bolt now differs. Instead of a turning function, the latch bolt now gets pushed into the mortice lock when the spindle makes contact with the latch bolt tail. The angled volumetric latch bolt tail slides in when the spindle makes contact, and the spring pushes the latch bolt out again when the button is released. How is this achieved, you might ask? Well, it's simple. The secret is in the spindle. The angled edges that make contact with the latch bolt cause the sliding action when it is pressed down. The notches on either side help with aligning the spindle through the handle and the mortice casing, and the profile is replicated to help align it when installing. The cast handle now has a chamber that houses a spring, the button, and the spindle. After placing the spindle and the spring within the chamber of the handle, the injection molded button gets pushed into the chamber, and the tabs align with the grooves inside the chamber, so that every time the button gets pushed down, the tabs follow the grooves, and the spring pushes the button back into position once the button is released. The handle now attaches with the screws that go within the chamber of the handle. The new way of gripping the handle now gives leverage to press the button when needing to open the door. The new deadbolt now works in conjunction with an auxiliary deadbolt housed within the striker plate. The two deadbolts now bite into each other when they make contact with the turning action of the key. The lock becomes harder to break because of the biaxial protection that the deadbolt now offers. The auxiliary deadbolt has its own housing, which can be slotted into the striker plate. Tabs get pushed out during the pressing process of the striker plate. These tabs have slots cut into them, which allow the auxiliary deadbolt housing to be slotted into it during the installation process. With all these parts together, you have the Lock of the Future. When it comes to cost, fortunately, there are options when implementing these interventions. Option 1 is usability focused, where the handle and the latch bolt work with the old design. Option 2 is security focused, where the deadbolt and the striker plates work with the old design. And option 3, the complete Lock of the Future. Each option can be phased in as sales increase. Yale, protecting your future with the Lock of the Future. Thank you for watching.